everyone, I'm Polly, and today I'm working on the area behind and next to the area that I worked last week. This is kind of the continuation of where we stopped last week, basically. Last week I did the whole entrance and the little road that connects to the resident services. Today I'm working on a busier street. This street will be narrower, more narrow. I don't know. And a little bit dirtier and darker. And I really wanted to have this aesthetic on the island. Maybe not on the entrance because it connects to the resident services. It's okay for it to be kind of open. But I wanted to have like a busy part of the city and really just a lot of things happening, narrow, like hard to walk around because there's so much stuff going on. That's what I wanted, and I think I achieved that. I also did a little roof, gave a 7-Eleven a little roof, because I didn't really know how to go from there. Like, I had the front of the building, and I really liked it, but being next to this top level, I didn't know how to make logical connection between the store, the big store, and buildings behind it. At first, I thought that maybe I could just do the buildings literally on top of the 7-Eleven, but then I decided to give it a little more space, add a roof. It's not accessible or anything. It's just, I think it makes more sense. And this way, I could put Mott's house behind the 7-Eleven because I didn't really know how to include his house. I wanted it to feel like it was part of a building, but I didn't really know how to make it be part of a building. So I guess that the solution that I came up with is pretty good. I don't have the feature that allows me to redecorate or remodel the villager houses yet. I still have to grind a little bit more on HHP. I've started working on HHP, I just didn't progress all the way to get the remodeling feature. But hopefully this weekend I can work more on that, and next week I can remodel all the villager houses that I've already included in these builds, and that would mean Chester's house, Mott's, and also Pipi's that I'm going to also relocate towards the end of the video. And I really wanted Pipi and Mott to kind of live close together, like nearby. At first I thought of including also Chester's house on this area, but then I didn't really know what to do on that street that leads to the resident services, so I just put Chester's house there, and I think it looks better. I wouldn't have enough space here, the way things ended up being. I'm glad that I chose to put Chester on that other side, but that has nothing to do with what we're doing here. So yeah, still in the subject of villagers, at the beginning of the week I recorded a villager hunt, and for some reason I lost audio files and the recording itself. I don't know, it had glitches, I don't know what happened. I was confused, and I get kind of tired when I do villager hunts. I was so done that I gave up on the idea of uploading a villager hunt, but we do have the correct villagers on the island as of right now. I got Genji and Pico, and then I just moved the amiibo villagers that I had moved them to the island. So all the correct villagers are in the island right now. So I won't have to worry about the villagers. And that also gives me some peace of mind, because this way I can work on the island without being like, oh my god, I still have to find this villager. And sometimes that kind of makes me feel kind of blocked or restrained in some way, because I feel like I don't have the whole freedom that I like to have when I work on the islands. And now once I get the feature that allows me to remodel the villager houses, I will have all the correct houses in the correct places with the correct villagers. So that kind of gives me peace of mind, basically. But yeah, besides the parking lot, I also included an unloading area, because, you know, that's stuff like stores usually have that. And I really like how this whole area turned out. Like it actually turned out like I wanted it, even though I didn't really know how I wanted. Like, I knew how I wanted it to look. I just didn't really know what to do, like, behind this area and all that, how to connect the city and the country. You'll see in a bit that I started a road next to the river. Like, the river mouth is right like next to the beach, like it's right there, you saw it. So I didn't really know how to include a river and the transition between the city and the rural sides, you know. And so I just accepted that the river was there and used it to my advantage. And as you can see on the right side of the road, I left it like, you know, not tidy, like distressed, I don't know, with weeds, because I thought that that could be like the rural side could be right next to it. But then I will change it. I will make it like normal city road, and I will have like a little bridge connecting to the two sides. I think that looks way better and makes way more sense. I had a lot of fun decorating the museum. I honestly didn't know what to do. I had the items. I hoarded a bunch of items that I could use on this area. And I just started decorating, and I honestly, it went by so fast. I did not expect it to be so smooth, but I don't know, maybe I was inspired. Maybe, like, I don't know, that area spoke to me in some way. But I also had a little bit of trouble with these partitions, the rope partitions and the safety railings, because of the squares that they occupy, you know. But I think it looks natural enough. I think it looks close enough to what I wanted, so I'm not too concerned about it. I didn't decorate too much on that area and behind the parking lot. I will probably work on that next week. Also behind the resident services, I kind of started this whole road, but I'm not going to decorate it on this video. I basically just put Pipi's house like on the intersection. There's going to be like two roads intersecting basically, and Pipi is in the intersection, and I just put some buildings around it to like give it the right vibe, so when I pick up the game again, I know where to go from. I like to do that because you know, my memory is awful, so I like to have visual guides of what I was doing, like where I left things off. So when I go back to it, I know exactly where I was, what I was thinking for that area. because there's been many times that I totally forgot, honestly, what I was doing, and then I started doing something else, and then I remembered halfway through, and I was like, and at the moment I would be like, oh my god, my other idea was so much better, but now I have all of this done. Like, do I destroy everything and do it again the way that I wanted initially? Do I still like go forward with this new idea, you know? So for that not to happen, I like to have a visual reference, because even though I record the speed builds, I almost automatically forget what I did as soon as I stop like working on the video. Like, I have serious memory problems. But I really like how this whole area turned out. It was kind of hard for me to stop working, because I was so excited working on this area that I felt like I couldn't physically stop, you know? So that's why it kind of looks like I started something and didn't finish it, because that's honestly what happened. I started a lot of things and then I didn't finish them, just so I wouldn't forget, and also because I couldn't stop working on the island. I worked on this speed build for 2 afternoons, maybe like 2 afternoons and a night. I don't know. I spent many hours working on this area. Looking back at the speed build, I always feel like, oh, what took me so long? Like, so easy, but things take some time, especially like getting everything like customized and all that, and sometimes getting new items, because I always think that I have enough items for what I want to do, and then I never have enough items for what I want to do. So I end up like time traveling a lot in between shots, and that's why the weather and the time of day changes constantly. Not that I change the hours that often. I usually just change the day. The difference in the time, it's mainly because of the hours that I spent working on things. But yeah, that's why sometimes it's rainy, sometimes it's sunny, you know. But yeah, that takes up a lot of time. And sometimes doing that can be kind of, you know, after you've been like customizing things and time traveling for hours, when you have everything ready to go, sometimes the motivation isn't there anymore, and it's kind of hard to go back and work. But this time I didn't even have that. Like, I didn't mind. I kept going. I never felt uninspired. I honestly felt too inspired because I kept having new ideas as the island progressed, you know, as the builds progressed. I had more ideas, and like, I kind of know what I am going to do on the resident services side, but I also don't really know how to do it. I always have some trouble like figuring out how to make things look good from the resident services, because even though like, okay, maybe if someone's visiting, they're not going to spend a lot of time in the resident services, but truth is, you wake up at the resident services, so that area should look good, or people will leave as soon as they start dreaming your island. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overthinking it, just like I do with everything. But we're reaching the end of the speed build, and I couldn't be happier with the way the island is looking. I'm so happy, and you know, I also customized a little details here and there in front of the 7-Eleven, and yeah, this doesn't look like a lot of work, but also at the same time it's a huge area, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, for supporting my content. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye!